On both sides of the Atlantic, people gather for horrendous occasions. In England, Richard's funeral, where Conchita has to deal with all the traditional expectations bullshit of Richard's family, and in the US, the court-sanctioned slut-shaming that was. The fact that this whole episode is kind of brought together by the absolute pure joy of the lesbians finally kissing openly. Leave it to the lesbians to bring joy back into my heart, the way that I was giggling and hee-heeing throughout the whole thing. So my conclusion to this very short review is that lesbians will always save the day. Because every woman. Hello, my name is Joe. Welcome back to the channel of Delusional Theories. I don't even have enough battery to record this video, but I wanted to say that line so hard, so I started recording. But anyway, let's talk about the trial. I was honestly, last episode and this episode are just this close to being rage or bait. What is it? Anger bait? Whatever. I was so absolutely, madly, insanely about that goddamn trial. And I will talk about the trial shenanigans, but another thing that made me very mad was the fact that Nan, do you know where you are? In public, hugging Guy and being close to Guy and dancing on the stage. Nan, you are in public. You're in public. I know that they don't have like cell phones back then and a lot of people don't know her face, but clearly someone recognizes her. You need to chill, Nan. This whole episode I was angry at Nan because, and I'm not gonna get into the like hate train that is going on for Nan, that has been going on for Nan for a few episodes, and I'm not gonna subscribe to that bullshit. But I was angry with Nan this episode because, first of all, she was nasty to her mother. And I mean, she does not know what happened. She wasn't there. She wasn't suffering in her skin what her mother was suffering back then. She doesn't know what happened. Why are you being so nasty to your mother? Blaming her. At one point, she was blaming her for not helping her sister in the trial. And I mean, the only reason that she ended up like going ahead and helping with the trial was because she felt guilty because of what Nan said to her. And she wanted to help from the beginning. You were unfair to your natural mother, Nan, and I see you. But you know, sorry, I had to fix my hair. I washed it yesterday and I slept with it wet, so now it's like you can't see it, but my hair is kind of wavy, but the waves don't stay, so it's just anyway. At the end of the episode, I'm gonna tell this to you right now. I'm gonna discuss this right now. At the end of the episode, because I was commenting this with someone in my comment section of my previous video that what happened to the Italian wife? And I was saying, oh, they're probably gonna save that plot line for later. I thought season 2, season 3, but no. It's this episode. It's episode 7. The Italian wife appears. And it appears that Guy is talking to her like in the entrance hall. And she's already dressed very differently. She's already very well dressed. I clocked that immediately. I clocked that. She's already dressed very nice. And she, like, Guy's talking to her and whatever in the hall, and then appears on the stairs. And immediately, this baby girl, she was like, Nana was like, who are you? Who are you? And this girl is like, Guy's wife. And she knows Nan. She's seen Nan in Italy. She knew that Guy was with Nan. She knew that Guy was not with Jinny. That he was just there to protect her. And she knew that he was interested in Nan. That Nan was endgame. And I mean, I said this in that episode. Nan and Guy were being childish about the whole thing in Italy and when she left and whatever. But now the conflict, I'm getting tired of the goddamn conflict between Nana and her love interests, to be honest. I'm getting tired of it, okay? But the whole conflict back then was that Nan had to leave to work on the bill to protect Jinny, and Guy had to stay to protect Jinny in Italy. It was understandable, but Guy was mad about it because they needed plot, they needed drama for the show, because this is what? Teen drama show. So Guy was all upset and went out with this baby girl whose name I can't remember, the Italian lady. And now it's just more drama. It's just more drama because now that she's married to, what is Guy, a lord? He's something. Guy is something. He has money. Now that she's married to him, she's gonna wanna come to England and be his wife. And like, if they're married for life, right? Like, this is how it works back then. They don't get divorces like that. And I mean, we saw the divorce and it was in America, the very progressive society that the English don't like. Ah, beautiful drama. I think, like, honestly, my theory about this, I'll say it right now. I think it's not a real marriage. Okay? I don't think it's a real marriage. I think that they portrayed it as a real marriage, and the reason why she didn't tell him immediately, like the reason why she didn't run to him immediately was because she was trying to ascertain whether it was real or not. And I think that when she went to talk to the priest or whoever the hell it was that married them, I think she realized, oh, it wasn't a real marriage. Like, there's no signature, there's no paper trail, there's nothing. We aren't actually married. And maybe she took so long to get back to them because she was, I don't know, trying to fake the paper trail, trying to find a way to make it legitimate, trying to find somewhere with his signature so that she could copy it. Like, I don't want to make her out to be the villain because she was just being, like, she was actually a decent person to them when they were in Italy. Like, she was good friends with them and she helped them. Like, she helped Jinny through stuff. She helped the guy through stuff. So, like, I don't want to vilify her, but I mean, because they can't, I don't know if they can. Like, I was saying this from the beginning. I was saying this person is having too much of a big role. Something has to happen with her. Why are they keeping her in the show for so long? And this is what happened. I hope that it turns out that it's a fake marriage in the end. But if it isn't, well, the scene is set. The scene is set for Nan to be married to someone else and Guy to be married to someone else, and everything is with each other in the background. Because it's the same thing with Theo and Lizzy, which I will get to. Theo, oh my god, when Theo called Lizzy my Lizzy, I wanted to puke. Like, I was thinking they were cute before. When Theo appeared for the funeral, I was thinking, oh, cutie pie couple. But then he was talking to his mother and he was saying, my Lizzy, not Hector's Lizzy. I wanted to puke right then and there. That gave me the ick so hard. But now that we have mysterious mystery couples like figured out, and it's Nan and Guy and Lizzy and Theo, and the Italian girl is gonna be with someone else, and Honoria and Mabel are a mystery couple. Like, the amount of secret couples in this show is so much fun. I know for a fact that I'm gonna be the only person on the internet enjoying this much, and I know that everyone is gonna comment like, oh, I don't understand this and that, and it's so right. I understand that. I understand that everyone is upset at this show. I am loving it. I am enjoying it through and through. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm enjoying it so much. Maybe it's because I've watched so many teen dramas that I'm just going along for the ride. I don't expect sense. I don't expect well thought out plot lines. I just expect drama and I enjoy it. Anyway, I've been all over the place without discussing the goddamn trial. I wanted to punch that goddamn lawyer. And you know what gets to me? You know what gets to me is the fact that these asshole lawyers still exist today. Still exist today. Because how many pieces of news are we hearing about coming from a bunch of different countries? Like, countries with like countries that we expect to do better, like Canada. We hear so many pieces of news coming from so many countries about men doing disgusting ass things to women and getting absolutely no consequences for it, and the women are the ones who are shamed. Like, in Portugal, there's a really infamous case about this gynecologist accused not once but twice and being allowed to be back in his practice. So when I was watching the court trial, I felt the same as I felt with Jinny being sent to a mental institution in the previous episode. Like, that feeling of, this looks so absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they did this in the past. But then you have to remember, and not in the past, they still do it to a certain degree. I mean, how many years ago was it that a judge, I think it was here in Portugal. Sometimes I get my things mixed up. But that a judge asked the victim if she thought of closing her legs. You know, shit like this still happens. So when you see this kind of trial, it is infuriating and it makes you think, ooh, the disgusting past times, but then it also makes you think, oh, the disgusting present times. But yeah, the trial was just horrendous. Horrendous, horrendous, horrendous. And the whole time I was thinking, does Nan's mom's defense lawyer not know the word objection? The amount of bullshit that guy was pulling, asking her about who initiated intimacy. What in the hell? And the fact that this man, this exemplary of a father, this dedicated husband, literally had no moral limits to the point of casting doubt on whether his daughter was his. Fucking man. Like, when her mother said, oh, I initiated intimacy by sitting on his lap, I was here thinking, what the fuck is wrong about that? Like, in the beginning, I didn't understand why the witnesses were leaving, and then I was like, oh, yeah, because he's gonna ask them how they initiated intimacy. Hateful, hateful, hateful man. When this whole shebang was happening and when he pulled that shit on Nan of, I'm not sure if I'm her biological father, in my heart of hearts, I was thinking, Nan, you better get revenge. I know she won't because she's an actual decent person and she doesn't want conflict in her life. But I was thinking, you bad bitch Duchess, you better get revenge on this man. But it's not. It's probably just gonna disappear from the show and they're going to continue on and explore the relationship between Nan and her natural mother. But yeah, the trial goes through all the horrendous slut-shaming shenanigans, and in the end she wins the divorce, and her Nan's natural mother is doing well as well. I mean, she met that guy 6 weeks ago. Jesus, these people move so goddamn fast. But she's doing fine. Wait a minute. Do you show that much after 6 weeks? Did I miss I must have missed the timeline. I must have gotten the timeline wrong because they say that 6 weeks have passed and that Nan's natural mother met that guy on the boat ride from England. Do you show that much after 6 weeks? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because I was gonna say, they got married so fast. Like, she met him 6 weeks ago and they're already married? No, I must have, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. It must have been like 3 or 4 months. How does she show so much after 6 weeks? Not even after 6 weeks, because they would have to get married before. Forget what I said. Probably like 6 months passed and I didn't realize it. But if 6 months have passed, they wouldn't be doing the funeral. Or it wasn't a funeral, it was an event at the previous, yeah, maybe 6 months passed. Anyway, let's forget about that. Natural mother and actual mother are hanging. Everything is okay. They're getting their relationship back together. Eventually they go, natural mother stays and actual mother goes to England. Honestly, the moment where Guy was like, Freddie's probably grown so much already. That was so cute. But also there's gonna be a weird family dynamic, right? Because Freddie's mom is not with Freddie's dad because Guy is Freddie's dad at this point. Freddie's mom is not with Freddie's dad, and Freddie's dad is with Freddie's mom's sister, which is Freddie's aunt. It's a weird family dynamic. It's a little freaky, but But then the other B plot in Nan's story in this episode, apart from that god-awful trial, the hearing. Earring. Doesn't have an H. The earring. She can't be mad. There's no way in hell she can be mad. She can't be mad. But now she knows. Actually, she must be going through the motions, this girl, because she found out about the wife, moments after she finds out about the earring. But now she knows that Theo and Lizzie have been having an affair together. And I mean, she cannot be mad because she's having an affair with Guy. And I'm sure she's going to replay all of this in her mind. But Lizzie did ask her before she left if it was over, like what was the situation. So I don't think she can be mad. And especially, I mean, I'm sure they're going to have a conversation about it. There's just one episode left. So either it's going to be like a cliffhanger about their friendship, or it's going to be like neatly resolved at some time during the episode. Given that this show goes by so fast in terms of like the time passing, I wouldn't be surprised if it was neatly resolved in the next episode and then the cliffhanger is about all the mess within these relationships. But I think they're not gonna be upset. I think it's gonna be fine. Like, there's no way Nan can be upset. It's just going to be like, I don't even think it's going to be an obstacle, to be honest. I think it's going to be a neat way to resolve the situation because Theo can't get divorced from Nan, and now Guy is married, and all these shebang bullshit shenanigans. So I think it's going to be like actually a good thing because Nan doesn't have to feel guilty about the fact that she trapped Theo in a marriage. I mean, I think she should be happy because Lizzie. But should she? Because then Lizzie is also trapped in a sham relationship. Whatever. The point that I want to make is that I don't think there's going to be a big issue about this. I think they're going to resolve it amicably. And then about Hector, because Nan finds out and Hector finds out because he saw it. He saw it. I think he's been, like, he must have had the gears turning in his head for a while. Right, because he saw some of those interactions before, he saw them being very friendly, and then the wedding, it was very mysterious why she chose this. And then in the funeral, or whatever the hell that occasion was, he saw Theo, you know, placing a supportive hand on her back, and he figured it out. There's no, like, the look, these actors are not that deep, okay? He figured it out. The expression on his face, he figured it out. And this is what I was saying. If you watched my theory video about how Lizzie's and Theo's relationship could hinder Jinny's bill being passed, and like, this is what I was saying. I don't want to believe this from Hector because even in a previous episode, we see that Hector is still, going to meet Nan and he's still working on the bill with Nan and he's still like dedicated to the bill. But he is a guy. He's a guy. Guys are messy. Guys are chaotic. Guys are problematic. And this is my fear for Jinny. My fear is that because Hector is going to feel like a betrayed man because now he knows that it wasn't just Lizzie changing her mind. He knows that it's because of Theo. So I think that Hector, being like a scorned husband, scorned fiance, future to be husband, I think there's a possibility of it interfering with the bill because why else would he still be there? Why else would it be so important that he finds out that he looks at them and he figures it out? I think it's going to impact the bill. I think he's going to backtrack on it, or I don't know, something's going to happen. It's going to impact the bill because I don't think it had, maybe I've missed some part of the, sometimes this happens to me, I miss parts of the episodes, but it hasn't passed yet, right? The bill. And I'm sure it's going to be like something big for the next episode. There's no way it's not going to interfere with the bill. And yeah, that's my theory. That's my theory. Moving on. And at the funeral, we see Conchita kind of once again rebelling against the tradition and the expectations in England. That's nothing new. I mean, we expected her to do something like this. She's Conchita. And I mean, the letter was cute, but really the moment that got me, the moment that grabbed my little tiny little heart and shattered it into pieces was when Jinny went after her and was like, if you have to blame me, I just need to know. And then we realized that she does not blame her, of course. That the reason she's so upset with her and with them is because they are treating her like this fragile little thing that is, mourning and whatever. like a widow, and she doesn't want to be treated like that. She just wants to be treated like herself, which is, I mean, fair. And when Jinny said, I love you, like I was about to burst into tears. I was not expecting this, but their friendship is so goddamn adorable. And like I realized this episode, they both have tiny babies. They are going to probably grow up together. They have like a great base to like explore this relationship even more. And this is what I hope for season 2 for these two. Season 3 for these two. I hope to see so much more of their friendship. I want to see it being developed, not just over the fact that they are friends and have been friends for a very long time, but over the fact they have kids and they can, you know, hang out with their kids and take their kids to the park and all that cute stuff. I love that scene. I love that scene. It was like a high moment for me. That scene of the friendship between Conchita and Jinny and the scene of the lesbians, highlights. I was giggling with the lesbians and I was crying with the friends. And then the lesbians. I want nothing but heaven for those two. Nothing but heaven. And seeing Honoria like grow up so much through Mabel's influence and through being around the girls and living through all of this shit. Amazing. I want nothing but the world for them. And I've said it so many times and I will say it again, and I need to put out a goddamn theory video about this. There is no way in hell these two people are not going to marry a gay couple. There's no way in hell. And she's going to France. She's gonna find herself a gay French husband. French gay husband.